Hello everyone, welcome to our video class section of plus 2 biology. Here we are discussing the chapter reproduction in organism. Okay, so reproduction is mainly two types, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Okay, the sexual reproduction, in sexual reproduction different stages will be there. The first stage is pre-fertilization period. In pre-fertilization period our body is prepared for the fertilization. In the next phase is fertilization and the last phase is post-fertilization period. Clear? All these things we discussed in the last episode. The events takes place in the pre-fertilization period is gametogenesis. Gametogenesis means the formation of the gametes, that is known as gametogenesis. Okay. So organisms are produced, the gametes, either they are produced in the haploid condition or they are in diploid condition, but always the gametes are produced. Gametes, the number of the type of gamete is always haploid. Suppose for an example, in case of butterfly, the chromosome number in myocyte is 380. Okay, then the chromosome number in gamete is 190, just half of myocyte. How much chromosome they have in myocyte? Just half seen in the gamete. Okay, in case of human being, 46 chromosome in the myocyte and the number of chromosome in the gamete is 23. Clear? Then another example is in case of fruit fly, the chromosome number in myocyte is 8. Then the chromosome number in the gamete is 4. Okay, the next is gamete transfer. For the gamete transfer, the organisms need a different methods. Okay, for in every organism, not the same method is useful for the transfer of gametes. Then the next we discuss, that is fusion of gametes. It may be isogamy, anisogamy and oogamy. In this, the gametes are fused, okay, and they produce zygote, and zygote get changed into a new individual. In some organisms, the fertilization will not take place. So that type of organisms are known as, and that type of process is known as parthenogenesis. And this fertilization takes place both in the inside the body and outside the body. Inside the body, that is known as internal fertilization. When it takes place outside the body, that is known as external fertilization. Okay, the next is the post-fertilization events. Post-fertilization events means what was happening for the zygote after the fertilization. Clear it is. So the events seen after the formation of zygote constitute post-fertilization events. All these events results in the formation of an embryo. Okay, so the two gametes, male gamete and the female gamete, fuse together and they form zygote. And the zygote undergoes gradual changes and they converted into embryo. So the formation of embryo from the zygote, that is known as embryogenesis. Genesis means synthesis. Okay, so in case of sexually reproducing organism, zygote is forming. Zygote is formed in the external environment in external fertilization. Okay, in organism where fertilization is internal, the zygote formed inside the body. Clear it is? In case of external fertilization organism, the zygote is formed external. And in the case of organism where fertilization is internal, zygote formed inside the body. Okay. So this development of zygote depends on the type of life cycle and environment. In algae and fungi, the zygote develops a thick wall around it because they have to be protect the zygote from the desiccation and the damage. Okay. The zygote of animals having haplontic life cycle. The zygote of the organism having haplontic life cycle means that are haploid. Okay. So the zygote is divided by the process meiosis. In case of animals with diplontic life cycle, the zygote divides mitotically. So the organism which have haplontic life cycle, the zygote divides in haploid manner. That means the zygote divide in meiosis. And the organism which having diplontic life cycle, the zygote divides mitotically and that develops into embryo. Okay, so the zygote is the connecting link between the organism of one generation to the next. Zygote is the connecting link. Zygote is the connecting link between the organisms of one generation to the next. Okay, all sexually reproducing organisms begin their life as a single cell, that means zygote, okay, which undergoes gradual changes and results into the embryo. Okay, so gradual changes means all the changes occurs not in a sudden time. Okay, it will take time for conversion of the zygote into an embryo. the development of zygote into the embryo, that is known as, what is that? Embryogenesis. Okay, so it involves cell divisions and cell differentiation. So what is the difference between cell division and cell differentiation? Cell division means the number of cells get increasing. Cell division means the number of cells get increases. But the cell differentiation means modification. The group of cells get modified to perform a specialized tissue or organ, and it become an organism. Clear it is? Zygote undergoes continuous division. Okay, so that means it undergoes cell division and the cell differentiation. Cell division means increase in the number of cells, that is known as cell division. Cell differentiation means the modified cell are getting differentiated, get converting, okay, converted into a group of cells, into a specialized tissues and organs to form an organism. We know that cells, the cluster of cells are known as tissue. Tissues leads into formation of organ, and this organs leads in the formation of the organ system. Okay, later all of the organ system combine to form an organism. Clear it is? So in case of oviparous means egg-laying animals. In case of oviparous animals, the zygote develops outside the body, and in viviparous means organism which give birth to the young ones. Okay, so in that organism, the zygote develops inside the body of the mother. Okay, another is the ovoviviparous. Ovoviviparous. What is ovoviviparous? Oviparous we know, egg-laying animals. Viviparous that we know, giving birth to young ones. Then next is ovoviviparous. Ovoviviparous means the organism have the ability to produce eggs. Okay, when the eggs are hatches out, the organism giving or nourish the organism, the baby with the mother's milk. Okay, they having mammary gland. So example for this ovoviviparous is platypus, echidna, all are included in the group ovoviviparous. Clear? So these reptiles and birds are oviparous, and their eggs are covered by the calcareous shell. Calcareous shell means calcium deposited cell. Okay, so this calcareous shell protect the organism. Okay, because in case of this organism, the zygote develops outside the body. Okay, zygote develops outside the body, so it required a protective covering. So in case of reptiles and birds, the protective covering is the calcareous shell. Okay, oviparous animals incubate the eggs, and after development the young ones are hatched out. Okay, incubation means giving temperature. Okay, the incubation period is different for the different types of eggs. For in case of chicks we know 21 days is the incubation period. Okay, so that time required for the conversion of the zygote into embryo, and embryo into the young one. Clear it is? So zygote is the connecting link. Zygote is the connecting link between the one generation to the next one. Okay, in majority of mammals, including human beings, the zygote develops into young one inside the body of the female organism. Okay, after attaining a desired growth, the young ones are delivered out of the baby. That process known as parturition. Okay, majority of mammals, including human beings, the zygote develops into the young one, and inside the body of the female, the organism will be develops into a young one inside the body of the female organism. Okay, after attaining desired growth, the young ones are delivered out of the body. Okay, but the survival chance of young ones are greater in viviparity due to the embryonic care and protection. The survival chance of the viviparous organism is greater because of the embryonic care and protection. In case of viviparous organism, the embryo is covered by different types of embryonic layers. Amnion, chorion, allantois, all these are the embryonic membrane. All these embryonic membrane protects the embryo. Allantois, chorion, amnion. Clear it is? Allantois, chorion, amnion, all these cover the baby and protect the organism. Okay. In case of flowering plants, the zygote formation takes place inside the ovule. Okay. In case of flowering plants, the zygote formation takes place inside the ovule. So after fertilization, the sepal, petal, stamens, okay, all are fall off. Sepal, petal and stamens are fall off. And the zygote develops into embryo and the ovule becomes the seed. Okay, the ovary transform into a fruit with a thick wall called pericarp. The formation of pericarp and ovary and seed that we discussed in the plant kingdom portion and also in the morphology of flowering plants portion. Okay, plus one portion. So in flowering plants, a zygote develops into embryo and the ovule, zygote develop into embryo and the ovule becomes the seed. Okay, and the ovary transform into fruit with a thick wall called pericarp. That means the fleshy portion that we are eating, that is pericarp. Okay, so as the fruit gets matured and ripened, it is dispersed by different agents and the seeds develop into new plants. Clear it is? In case of flowering plants, zygote formation takes place inside the ovule. After fertilization, the sepal, petal and stamens wither and fall off. Then the zygote develops into embryo and the ovule becomes into the seed. Then the ovary transform into a fleshy thick wall that is known as pericarp. Okay, as the fruit get ripened, it dispersed by the seeds get dispersed and develop into a new plant. But in case of Solanaceae means the brinjal, chili, okay, that group, the sepal persists with the fruit. Sepal persists with the fruit. Brinjal, chili, and in tomato case, Solanaceae members, the sepal persist with the fruit. Otherwise, in other groups, the sepal petals are not seeing. Clear it is? Okay, so I am again discussing you that the sexual reproduction, it involves 3 steps: pre-fertilization event, fertilization event, and the post-fertilization event. In post-fertilization event, the main thing is the formation of the embryo. During embryogenesis, the zygote undergoes mitotic cell division and cell differentiation. On the basis of the development of zygote, animals can be classified into oviparous. Oviparous means egg laying, and viviparous. Viviparous means giving birth to young ones, and ovoviviparous. Okay, retain egg inside, but zygote develop is internal. Okay, then all these are happening. Then the extra embryonic membranes are seen. The extra embryonic membrane cover and protect the embryo. Chorion, allantoin, amnion are the extra embryonic membrane. So in all organisms, the development of zygote is not take place in a common way. So in diplontic life cycle is there, haplontic life cycle and haplontic life cycle. So mainly 3 types of life cycle is going on: haplodiplontic, diplontic and haplontic life cycle. Clear it is? So this is a very simple chapter. I think all you can understand all the topics that we have discussed here. So I hope all you will study this chapter very well for the next day. Gametogenesis is clear. Gametogenesis means the formation of gametes. The gametes may be isogametes or heterogametes. Isogametes means morphologically similar gametes, and the heterogametes means morphologically dissimilar gametes are known as heterogametes. Clear? Again I am discussing the events taking place in sexual reproduction. Organisms reproducing sexually exhibit 3 events: pre-fertilization, fertilization and the post-fertilization events. Okay, in pre-fertilization events include gametogenesis and the gamete transfer. Gametogenesis means the formation of the gametes, either the male gamete or the female gamete. Gametes are usually haploid cells. Gametes are homogametes or isogametes when both have the same appearance. Okay, homogametes are or isogamete. Okay, if the gametes looks morphologically and physiologically similar, in case of example algae, if they are looking similar, that is known as homogamete, and the heterogamete means the male gamete and female gametes are looks differ, that is known as heterogametes. In human case, the gametes are heterogametes. In our case, the sperm is motile and the ovum is non-motile. Okay, and the ovum is large one and the sperm is the small one. Then the other term is bisexual and unisexual. Okay, bisexual, this is common in plants. Bisexual means female reproductive structures. Okay, bisexual, otherwise we termed it as homothallic and the monoecious. Okay, male and female reproductive structures are found in the same plant. Homothallic means homothallic or monoecious, or bisexual means female and male reproductive structures. Female and male reproductive structures are found in the same plant. Okay. Unisexual or dioecious means, otherwise heterothallic means male and female reproductive structures are seen on the different plants. Then I gave you one example that the dioecious flowering plants, example is papaya and date palm, and monoecious flowering plants, the example is cucurbita and coconut. Okay. Then bisexual animals are, don't be confused with the term bisexual and unisexual. Okay, be clear with bisexual means homothallic and monoecious, or monoecious, that means both the male and female reproductive parts are seen in single organism, that is known as bisexual. And unisexual means seen in different parts, okay, different organism. Clear at us. Bisexual animals, example earthworm, leech, sponges are included in the bisexual group. And unisexual animals means example cockroach, higher animals are included in the unisexual groups. Okay, the cell get divided during cell gamete formation. Gamete formation takes place by cell division. Gametes are always haploid. Okay, haploid parental body produces haploid gametes by the process of mitosis, and the diploid parental body produces haploid gametes by the process of meiosis. So always the gamete is haploid. Clear it is. Then the next is gamete transfer. Male and female gametes need to be physically brought together to facilitate the fusion of fertilization. Okay, in most cases male gamete is motile and the female gamete is non-motile, that means stationary, whereby except in case of the fungi and algae, the gametes are motile. Okay, then in higher plants the male gametes are produced in the anther and need to be transferred to the stigma. The process is known as pollination. So for pollination, both the biotic and abiotic factors are required for this pollination. Okay, next chapter we discussed elaborately what is the different types of pollinators. Okay. So the next is fertilization. Fertilization, otherwise known as synchrony. It is the most important event in the sexual reproduction, in which the fusion of the male gamete and the female gamete, to form the diploid zygote. Okay, so synchrony. The next term is parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis means it is the phenomenon where the egg formation takes place. Here the egg formation taking place but without fertilization. The adults produced by the parthenogenesis are often haploid and the cells do not undergo meiosis in forming new gametes. Okay, example for this group is honeybee and lizard, and the birds like turkey are the example for this group. Okay, so the next we discussed about types of fertilization, external fertilization and the internal fertilization. In case of external fertilization, the fertilization takes place outside the body. Okay. So the advantages of this external fertilization is such organism shows great synchrony between sexes and release large number of gametes into the surrounding medium in order to enhance the chances of synchrony. Okay. The organism produces large number of gametes, but the disadvantage is that external fertilization, the eggs have less chance of fertilization. This can be led to the wastage of large number of eggs produced during the process. Okay, then the next is parental care is missing in the case of external fertilization, but in case of internal fertilization, the fusion of the male gamete and the female gamete takes place inside the female body, and proper parental care is getting in the case of internal fertilization. In post-fertilization event, okay, here we are discussing just an introduction for the reproduction chapter. Next two chapters are reproduction in flowering plants and reproduction in organism. At that time, just we are telling what is fertilization, what is sexual fertilization, post-fertilization event and pre-fertilization event. So please be understood carefully what are the post-fertilization event and pre-fertilization event and what are the fertilization. Okay. In post-fertilization events, we discuss the event takes place after the formation of zygote is called post-fertilization. Zygote means a sexually producing organism begins its life from the zygote. Zygote is a connecting link or vital link between the organisms of one generation into the next. Okay, the haploid gamete fuse to form a diploid zygote in all organisms. In organism with external fertilization, the zygote is formed in the external medium. The organism with internal fertilization, the zygote is formed in the inside the body. Okay, the further development of the zygote depends upon the cycle of the organism that and surrounding medium. Okay, that means some organisms are haplonectic life cycle and some organisms are diplonectic life cycle, and the other one is haplodiplonectic. Okay, so the life cycle of the zygote formation, development of the zygote depends upon the life cycle of the organism. Life cycle of the organism. Next is the formation of the embryo. Embryo means the conversion. The zygote get converted into embryo, that is known as embryogenesis. During embryogenesis, the zygote undergoes cell division and the cell differentiation. Cell division means the continuous division of the cell, and the differentiation means the cell get changed into tissues, and tissues to organs and the organ system. Clear it is. And based on how and where the development of zygote takes place, animals are divided into mainly two types: oviparous and the viviparous. Oviparous means egg-laying organism, and viviparous means giving birth to young ones. Okay, but in case the extra one is oviviparous. Oviviparous means they have the ability to produce eggs and also giving milk to the young ones. Okay, the advantage of the viviparous is proper care and protection. Okay, proper care and protection is giving in viviparous case. In case of flowering plant, zygote formed inside the ovule. Zygote is formed inside the ovule, and the parthenogenesis means the process by which the female gamete develops into new organism. Seedless fruits are also example. Seedless fruits are getting. Okay, the seedless forms are parthenogenetic material. So the parthenogenetic materials are sterile because they can't produce the next generation. Okay, seeds are helping for the formation of the next generation, but in parthenocarpic the seeds are not producing. That means that the parthenogenetic products are not able to produce, not able for the next generation. They are sterile. Clear it is. I hope all you can study this portion. This is a very simple chapter, and the next two chapters are very important: sexual reproduction, flowering plants, and human reproduction. Okay, and the next after the human reproduction, the next chapter is continuation of the human reproduction, assisted reproductive techniques. Okay, so all the four chapters, first four chapters are connected chapters. So this is for this first chapter, just an introduction chapter. What is reproduction? Type of reproduction. What are the changes taking place in the female and female and male body during the time of fertilization, and both this fertilization process are taking place in all the organism. In plants and animals, both the organisms, the fertilization process will takes place. Then I told you that secondary sexual characters are formed both in the mammals and the means non-primate group and the primate group. In non-primate group, it is known as estrous cycle, and the primate group, it is known as menstrual cycle. Clear it is. So here I am winding my topic. Thank you.